And we are live.
Good evening, loyal fans. Welcome to Comedy Sports. This is the home of competitive improvisation. I'd like to welcome everyone tonight on this spooky Halloween evening. I hope everyone will let me know how are you doing tonight. How you just let me know here in the chat how everything's going. How's Halloween going for you so far? Excellent. Cool. We're all very happy that you're here, and we've got a great show coming up. So I just want to go over a few things, and then we're gonna get right to the show. Starting off with voting. We want to make sure everyone knows how to vote here. It's that time of year and that time of evening. So, just to tell us a little bit about yourself, I want you to vote and tell us if this is your first time here for a Comedy Sports match or if you are a returning loyal fan. I'm going to throw that poll up right now. Now, you might be wondering, where is the poll? Well, if you look at the top of the chat, top of the Twitch chat, there should be a little thing that says current poll. And on the right side of that is a little down caret, just a little V. If you click that, you can select first time, you can click on first time, or you can click on loyal fan and then click vote. And it's going to tell us whether or not you are a first time participant or a loyal fan that's coming back for another match. So let's see how that poll turns out. It'll shut itself off pretty soon. In the meantime, while that's going on, I just wanted to get to a couple other things. We are going to have a bunch of suggestions going on tonight, and we want to get you started with those suggestions. So, if you would, let's do this. If you can in the chat, go ahead and type. Let's. I want to ask you a couple questions. First of all, what's something you like to do when the weather gets cold? Because let's face it, that's what's happening right now. The weather's going to get cold. What's something you like to do when the weather gets cold? All right. It looks like we have a currently. I just while you're typing that in, I'm gonna check on our poll, and it looks like that is 100% of our loyal fans visiting tonight. So no new first timers. All of you are coming back, return customers. We love that. Thank you so much, and it's great to see you all again. Great. I got some great suggestions coming in here, and let's see. You know what? Here's another question I'd like to ask. What's an activity? This is a non-month, non-time of year kind of question. Just what's an activity that's on your bucket list that you want to do at least once in your life? So just something on your bucket list that you're just like, I just really want to get this done sometime, at least once in my life. So go ahead and throw those up in the chat as well, and I'm going to take a look at those. Taking a look at some of the first things you guys wrote. Awesome. Drink mulled wine. I love that. A lot of drinking hot cocoa. Yep, there's some good stuff there. Build a pillow fort. Oh, that's amazing. Ice hockey, roast vegetable. This is what I'm gonna do. All these things in this fall. This is all great. All right, thank you so much. Now that we've got those suggestions, we're gonna get right up to this match in just a second. First, a couple things. I'm going to let you know about the rules. You're all returning fans, but I want to say anyways. Before we go any further, the important rule I have to go over is the brown bag foul. So here at Comedy Sports, we pride ourselves on doing a show for everyone, and that means we aren't going to be lewd, crude, or rude. So if one of our players steps over that line of good taste, plunges into the valley of regret, we're going to call that brown bag foul on that player, and that, yep, indeed, organ, and that goes for our loyal fans as well. So please keep your suggestions and the live chat clean. Thank you very much, please, and thank you. All right, one more thing. We've got some resources going on here. If you click on the About tab at CSZ Network, perhaps not during the show, but maybe right after the show, we've got some cool stuff down there. We've got information about voting, which is coming up on Tuesday, November 3rd. If you haven't voted early already, or you don't plan on voting early, then Tuesday's the day to do it. So please go ahead and check that if you need any information about that. Also, we've got information on Black Lives Matter, and we've got information on local Black-owned businesses. So that's pretty awesome. We've got more stuff coming all the time. Also, we've got merch down there. So I've already seen a few of you have already purchased some merch, and I love it. There's T-shirts, there's stickers, and cool more stuff to come. So, all right, thanks for coming out. This is our final Halloween night match. So I'm gonna go ahead and summon the cast. Come.
the Moppets, Jason Guys! Welcome to CSZN, your home for improv on Twitch and home of Comedysportz Chicago. Loyal fans, the witching hour is upon us. It's 9:30 on Halloween night, which means it's time for the final, spookiest, deadliest match of the entire season. Ooh, you're the real downtown Chicago bosses are taking on the downtown Chicago Moppets, not affiliated with Muppets. Who will win? Who will lose? Who will scream and flail their arms around? The answer could be either. Stay tuned. All right, loyal fans, now let's meet your visitors. In red, the real downtown Chicago bosses. Up first for the bosses, Vinny Tankerlini. Coming up next, Nick Hasselbrock. And your captain for the real downtown Chicago bosses, Lars Sonderricker. All right, loyal fans, throw some emotes in the chat for your returning champion, your downtown Chicago Moppets. Not affiliated with Moppets. Up first for the Moppets, Susan Harmon. Coming up next, Todd Page. And your captain for the Moppets, Jason Guys. All right, loyal fans, get that applause emoji ready to type in the chat box. And please welcome to the screen your ref for tonight, Pat Connolly.
All right, thank you so much. Hello, loyal fans. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special spooky edition of Comedysportz Chicago here on CSZN Chicago on Twitch. Just to kick things off, I want to say a special thank you to our barn burners, Allie Healy and Mark Wilder, who just gave 3 gift subs, which I think all for those random community gift subs all went to members of Comedysportz' Chicago's roster, which is an unfortunate luck of the draw, but still excellent for us. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So welcome to Comedysportz, everybody. Chip already gave you an introduction to let you know what's going on here tonight. I just have one other thing I want to go over, which you've already experienced. You may have noticed just a few moments ago that there was no sound playing at the start of that video, so we had to start over. It's the Ghost in the Machine. Ooh. That's the one. Great series, by the way. But that was what we would call a technical foul. Now, if something like that happens during the actual match, that player who had the technical foul, whether it be a muted microphone or whether it be they forgot to turn their camera on, or they just freeze and they're maybe they need a new ISP or something like that, they will possibly lose points to their team, which could cost them the match in the end. Now, before we move on, I just wanted to double check. Chip, there's something seems kind of different about you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. It's just you're just kind of giving off a vibe I'm not really used to.
Oh, no, it's me. It's the real Chip. I'm not the bad Chip at all. I'm just a regular Chip. Go about your business.
Who's your favorite baseball team?
I don't know what you mean.
I have suspicions now.
What? This is Chip's baseball team, the Marlins.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on you for the rest of this match. By the way, everyone, I just wanted to let you know, normally I would be broadcasting from my apartment, but I said something really mean to a witch this morning, and I've been stuck in these woods ever since. Hopefully I can get out before the end of the match. But without any further ado from me, it is time to kick off this match. If I could please have captains to the screen. All right. What? You know what? I'm just
Hello, Pat.
Hello.
Hello, Pat.
You know what? I'm just going to turn this over for you. Oh, no.
Ref Pat.
Yes?
How can I help you?
You know what? Thank you for asking. I'm just going to turn this over to each of you. Red Team, would you like to explain what your costumes are?
Yeah, well, of course, we are the real downtown Chicago bosses, and I'm the real Captain Jason.
Wonderful. Is this the same thing as the off-brand licensing from the 1980s with the Ghostbusters?
Yes, those were the real Ghostbusters, and like I said, we're the real downtown Chicago bosses, and I am the real Captain Jason Geis.
Wonderful. And then I'll pass it over. Blue Captain, what is going on?
Oh, hey. Well, tonight we're a group of Moppets, of course, created by legendary visionary James Hensong. And we are absolutely in no way affiliated with that knockoff brand, the Muppets. I am, of course, Snuffleupawee, your imaginary freeloader that never leaves your apartment.
Wonderful. You know what? Why don't we go ahead and do
James
that?
Hensong presents the Moppets.
Wonderful. Why don't we go ahead and meet the other two members of the Moppets as well?
I'm Flask. I would like you to invest in my MLM, and again, I do not resemble anything else because I can use words.
That is terrifying. And finally?
I'm Sweepums, and I'm here to sweep away your bad feelings.
Thank you, Sweepums. I think it's backfiring.
What? What's wrong, Pat? Do you need to cheer him up?
No, I'm great. Let's move on. And also from our red team, who are other two players from the red team?
Oh, the blue team? You mean
Blue
the
team.
real downtown Chicago
Yes,
bosses?
I'm sorry. Yes, the team in the blue jerseys on the red side. Yes.
Sure, I'll let them introduce themselves.
Oh, I'm just everyday half puppy, half favorite team member Todd Page. The real Todd Page.
The real Todd Page. Excellent.
Yes, and I'm the real Susan Harmon. And after this show, I need to study for my 9th master's degree.
Wonderful.
I have this pen.
As you can see, Pad, we're the real downtown Chicago bosses.
The real
Downtown Chicago bosses.
And we're absolutely not the real Muppets.
Wonderful. You know what? I'm absolutely convinced of everyone except for Chip. I just can't put my finger on it. All right. Nice to meet everybody. Congratulations on the excellent costumes. But we need to move along so I can get out of these woods. Captains, what is our first head-to-head game? To decide who's going to call it, I would like each of my captains to go get me something extra Halloween-y. You can begin now! And while those captains are looking for things that are very, very Halloween-y, if this looks like fun, you can take classes to learn how to do what we do, and even apply what we do to other things. Our next workshop is going to be taught by Charisse Johnson, our Dean of Schools, on improv for educators. How can you make an entire day in the classroom fun and engaging for your students? We also have, I believe it's Embracing the Chaos with Ali Volmer, who's one of our players, to teach you how to embrace the chaos in your improv scenes. What's that?
We all need a little bit of that.
I don't need any more of it tonight, but let's find out.
There's so much chaos, we need to learn how to embrace it.
Oh, are we going to sing the Chaos song?
No, we're not singing the Chaos song! We didn't plan for it. All right. So, Captain Snuffleupawee, what did you bring?
Oh, well, I'm glad you were asked, Ref Pat. And by the way, your imagination is fantastic. I'm going to show you this t-shirt I earned today when I worked out at Orange Theory.
Ooh, that's very Halloween-y.
You should see me on a treadmill.
I'm good. All right, and the real Captain Jason, what is the most Halloween-y thing you have?
The most Halloween-y, I thought, when you said Halloween-y, I thought of orange. So I brought a half a bag of ruffled cheddar cheese and sour cream, the favorite snack food of the real Jason Geis.
I do have to admit the high sodium content is pretty spooky, but I'm going to give it to Captain Snuffleupawee for the most Halloween-y thing that they could find.
I'm sorry, my cats are fighting in the back.
Wait, that's spookier, but it's too late. While he's taking care of that, I'm going to pass this over to you, Captain Snuffleupawee. What would you like to challenge the red/blue team to for this first head-to-head?
Oh, well, because it's the spookiest time of the year, we'd like to play the very spoopy game of Frankenstein. Don't get scared, Pat. I know you have bad dreams.
It's a tale of morality and what makes a person. Never mind. All right. Let's see. The real Captain Jason, do you accept?
Yes, the real Captain Jason does accept that game.
Wonderful. Then please field your teams. You'll each need to send a player to kick things off. So this is the game of Frankenstein.
The real
famous-
Susan Harmon will start.
Oh, wonderful. The real Susan Harmon will start.
And I will send Flask.
And Flask, who is not in any way related to the real Susan Harmon.
Nope.
So this is the game of Frankenstein. These players are going to start building a scene one step at a time, just like that doctor had to build a body out of one piece at a time. By the way, it's a great novel. The ending is fine. So what we need is an active activity. What's something that you could do, like maybe as a hobby, maybe as a sport? Go ahead and start putting that into the chat. And Chip, I'll ask you to pick something that catches your interest, if you are in fact the real Chip. One player is going to start with the first step of that process. The next player will have to repeat that first step and then add something new. It will keep going back and forth. This is a game that tests not only creativity, but also memory. There's a few ways that this can go wrong, though. If a player repeats something that was already said, if they can't think of anything that fits in the pattern of events, if they forget something or they paraphrase too broadly, that means that they will have to leave the screen. Once a player is eliminated, they'll be replaced by someone from their team until their entire team is out. First team with 3 players eliminated loses. The other team gets 5 points and first choice in our team choice round. All right. Chip, what's an activity that you saw that can kick things off?
Oh, a very spooky activity, brain surgery.
Brain surgery, doing brain surgery. You know what? I'm going to start with Flask. You seem like you're already dressed for the part. And also, loyal fans in the chat, feel free to keep typing in more activities, even as the game is going on. But we're going to start with brain surgery, beginning with Flask. Players for the game of Frankenstein. Are you ready?
Yes.
Begin.
Pop and open to look at your brain.
Time to take a look at your brain. Excuse me, nurse. Bring a scalpel.
Time to take a look at your brain. Excuse me, nurse. Bring a scalpel. Do 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 do.
Time to look at your brain. Excuse me, nurse. Bring a scalpel. Do 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 do. I didn't pass my exams.
Time to look at your brain. Excuse me, nurse. Bring a scalpel. Do 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 do. I didn't pass my exams. You don't need that part.
Time to look at your brain. Excuse me, nurse. Please bring a scalpel. Do 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 do. I didn't pass my exams. You don't need that part. Time for lunch.
Time to look at your brain. Excuse me, nurse. Pass the scalpel. Do 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 do. I didn't pass my exams. You don't need that part. Time for lunch.
I'm sorry. That was excellent, but I'm afraid it was a wristwatch on the right wrist. Otherwise, that was flawless, but that means that Flask has been eliminated first.
The mirroring foul. Not
I
like
guess the
mirror
real
universe
Susan
that
Harmon
I did
knows
not
what
come from.
she's doing.
Fair enough. All right, blue team, who's up next?
Oh, Sweetums is up next.
Oh, boy.
Hi.
Hi, Sweepums. Chip, what's something else you saw in the chat?
Oh, I like this one here. It's grooming a unicorn.
Grooming a unicorn. We will begin, in this time, with the real Susan H.
Thank you.
Grooming a unicorn is your activity. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Begin.
Come here, Biscuit, and have some sugar cubes.
Come here, Biscuit, and have some sugar cubes. I love the way you feel nibbling from my hand.
Come here, Biscuit, and have some sugar cubes. I love the way that you feel nibbling from my hand. But it's time for your yearly shearing.
Come here, Biscuit. Eat these sugar cubes from my hand. I love the way you feel nibbling from my hand. But it's time for your yearly shearing.
Haha, come here, Biscuit, and eat these sugar cubes. I love the way that you feel nibbling from my hand. Haha, I've already...
Yeah,
Pretty
I was going to say, that was close, but no cigar. It was an excellent effort, but I'm afraid the real Susan H. has to leave the screen. One down for each team. Who's coming up next for the real
Very hard
Chicago
to clap
Bosses?
in these.
The real Todd Page.
The real Todd Page versus Sweepums. This is anyone's game. Chip, what is our next activity?
Oh, the spookiest of activities, building something from IKEA.
Building something from IKEA. This is going to start with Sweep'ems. Players, begin.
Oh, I don't know what goes where.
Oh, I don't know what goes where. How many Allen wrenches do I have?
I don't know what goes where. How many Allen wrenches do I have? How many friends named Allen do I have?
Oh, I don't know what goes where. How many Allen wrenches do I have? How many friends named Allen do I have? I want a meatball.
I don't know what goes where. How many Allen wrenches do I have? How many friends named Allen do I have? I want a meatball, and I'll do whatever it takes to get a meatball.
Oh, I don't know what goes where. How many Allen wrenches do I have? How many friends named Allen do I have? I want a meatball, and I'll do whatever it takes to get a meatball. Well, my name isn't IKEA boy.
I don't know what goes where. How many Allen wrenches do I have? How many friends named Allen do I have? I want a meatball, and I'll do whatever it takes to get a meatball. Or my name isn't IKEA boy, defender of the Swedes.
Oh, I don't know what goes where. How many Allen wrenches do I have? How many friends named Allen do I have? I want a meatball, and I'll do whatever it takes to get a meatball. Or my name isn't IKEA boy, defender of the Swedes, and helper of lost puppies.
I don't know what goes where. How many Allen wrenches do I have? How many friends named Allen do I have? I want a meatball, and I'll do whatever it takes to get a meatball. Or my name isn't IKEA boy, defender of the Swedes, and protector of puppies. Lovely, cuddly puppies.
I don't know what goes where. How many Allen wrenches do I have? How many friends named Allen do I have? I want a meatball, and I'll do whatever it takes to get a meatball. Or my name isn't IKEA boy, defender of the Swedes, and helper of lost puppies. Oh, such cute little sweet puppies. What's wait?
I'm afraid that was paraphrasing right at the very end there, but that was...
was.
The real Todd Page never paraphrases.
In that case, my suspicions grow, but that was an outstanding round. I'd like to give everyone in the chat, please give a round of applause. Throw some emotes up for both of those players, because that was extraordinary.
That was, indeed.
However, I'm afraid the real Todd P has to leave the screen. Meaning our red team, which is our blue team, which is the real Chicago bosses, but aren't. That means you are on your last player, with only one player remaining for the Moppets. All right. Chip, what is our next activity?
All right, well, as you see our background, there is a spider's web, and that brings us to mind of embroidery.
Wonderful. Embroidery is your activity. Sweep'ems will begin with you. Players, begin.
I'm crafting.
I'm crafting, making a pillowcase.
I'm crafting, making a pillowcase.
Oh! I'm afraid
Oh, no!
you repeated, but you did not add a new activity.
Oh.
I cannot believe that Sweep'ems was this close to sweeping the other team. But unfortunately, that means that both teams are down to their last player. And it is the real Captain Jason versus not the real Captain Jason, Captain Snuffleupagus. Oh boy. All right. Chip.
Hi, Pat. You're doing great.
You know what? Let's move along as quickly as we can. Chip, what is our final activity? Let's get this over with.
It's eating candy apples.
Eating candy apples is your activity. We will begin with Captain Snuffleupagus. Players, whoever wins this one wins the first 5 points and first choice in our team choice round. Players, begin.
Well, I love candy apples.
I love candy apples. They're so chewy.
Well, I love candy apples. They're so chewy. And covered with nuts.
Ooh, I love candy apples. They're so chewy and covered with nuts. I hope I get 100 of them.
Well, I love candy apples. They're so chewy and covered with nuts. I hope I get 100 of them and have to go see the dentist.
Ooh, I love candy apples. They're so chewy and covered with nuts. I hope I get 100 of them and I go see the dentist, 'cause I've got new teeth.
Ooh, I love candy apples. They're so chewy and covered with nuts. Ooh, I hope I get 100 of them so I can go see the dentist, 'cause I've got new teeth and a brand new hat. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, I love candy apples. They're so chewy. And covered with nuts. I hope I get 100 of them so I can go see the dentist and get new teeth and a hat.
Horace, you already have new teeth. I'm afraid that you have to leave the screen. 5 points to the Muppets.
Who's this Hars you speak of? Who is this Hars you speak of?
Childlike wonder wins.
5 big points to the downtown Chicago Muppets.
5 points to the downtown Chicago Muppets. And I apologize to the real Captain Jason for messing up that name. It's an honest mistake. All right, that means Muppets Captain, please join me on the screen. Captain Snuffleupagus?
Oh,
Captain,
Pad,
there he is.
Pad, you have to believe in me for me to be on the screen.
Captain Snuffleupagus, please join me on the screen.
Pad!
Hello, Captain Snuffleupagus.
Hi.
It's wonderful to have you back.
I haven't ever left. I've been on your couch for 6 months.
That explains so much.
Oh, sorry.
We'll talk about the Resolve budget later on. However, what would you like to challenge your team to in this team choice round?
Oh, well, Ref Pad, we have a song stuck in our little Moppet heart, so we're going to play the game of Moppet.
Do you accept?
I do accept.
Then please field your team.
Yeah, it's his own.
Moppets, not affiliated with the Muppets. Please join me.
All right, loyal fans, in the chat right now, I would like you to start typing in what is a job that's either your dream job or a job that you just think sounds really, really cool. Go ahead and put those in. Feel free to type in more than one suggestion if you'd like. But here's how this is going to work. The Muppets are going to do a scene. However, at any point, I can chime in and I can say, Moppet, and they will immediately do a song full of whimsy and wonder to warm your hearts
Oh, thank
this
you,
cold,
Pad.
chilly Halloween. And that will be done, of course, with the help of our music director tonight, Mr. John Stern.
He's amazing.
It's true. All right. Chip, did you find a suggestion that piqued your interest?
Oh, yes. I've got several here, but I'm going to go with this one. It is the museum docent.
Wonderful.
So fun!
Your suggestion for this game of Muppet is the most exciting occupation. Museum docent. Players, are you ready?
You bet, Pad!
Begin.
Oh, hello, sir.
I'm an exhibit. I'm not allowed to talk.
Oh, that makes 2 of us.
Did they just install you? I never turned my head.
I was just brought in last week and I decided it'd be hecka fun to just get off. I mean, it's nighttime, so I can go anywhere, right?
Oh yeah, that is the rules of the museum.
I just took this art piece. It's mine now.
Oh!
Oh, sometimes I sure do wish I had company in this museum. I guess I'll just have to dust.
Moppet.
I'd get so lonely in this museum. If I had friends, well, I can't see them. If only someone would spend some time with me. My heart is so sad and lonely. I wish I could have friends who come homey with me. But I'm alone in this museum. Oh well.
You're not alone!
No! You'll never be alone.
Oh!
You all can
It
talk
turns
the
out-
whole time?
Not the whole time, only when people leave, and it's. Are you not familiar with the film?
Oh,
No,
yeah, there's
no.
rules. At nighttime, we're allowed to leave our things, but not during the day. Never!
Moppet!
Sometimes I think that I may see the sun. The sun. I dream to be out, not the only one. The one. I wanna see that sun come up. I wanna see that sun come down. I wanna be out in the town. In the town.
But we can't leave.
That's why I steal artwork, to numb the pain.
You're the famous museum thief? Oh no, I should call someone.
Oh!
No. You don't need to call anyone. Just decide to be our friend.
Moppet!
Be our friend. Right until the very end. Which is when we open at around 8 a.m. Be our friend right until the very end. And when the doors open and the kids come in, we'll just look at each other and share a grin. Because we're friends. Because we're friends. Till the very end. Good night, Susan.
And that is time! Give it up for the Moppets in the chat, everybody! Spam those emotes, type those clap, clap, claps. Put in 6s and 7s if you want to save some keystrokes. All right. And loyal fans, I would like you right now to remember that game you just saw, even though I know personally I would like to forget it forever. But still, you need to lock it away in your brains so you can remember it, because you have to decide if it deserves 5 more points at the end of this next round. But only after we see this game from the real Chicago bosses. Real Captain Jason, that was actually an excellent game of Moppet. How would you like to combat that? It's tough. Oh, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And a second too late. Please give a negative point to the blue team, which is actually the red team in this case.
Definitely not real, Jason.
Negative point to the real Chicago bosses.
Wonderful. Thank you, Chip. All right, the real Captain Jason, you've just fallen farther behind, but you do have a chance to catch up a bit. What's your team going to play?
We would like to play the Halloween game of Fear, Rar, wherever you are.
Thank you so much. Please field your team. All right.
Shoehorn that one in there.
In the chat right now, I would like a suggestion of one of 2 things. It's up to you which one you want to do. Either, when it's safe to do so, a reason you might gather together with people, maybe a special event or just a simple occasion, or a place that people might gather together, whether that be a destination landmark or just something simple like a house. Chip, I'll come back to you for that in a moment.
Sure.
But this is the game of Fear, Rar, wherever you are. During this game, the real Chicago bosses will be doing a scene together. However, at every single moment, one person has to be near the camera, one person has to be far away from the camera, and one person might not necessarily be on screen. But maybe there's something else that will happen instead. We'll find out. But don't forget this game, because you're going to have to vote on it in a moment. But Chip, what is our inspiration for this game of Fear, Rar, wherever you are?
Well, Fear, Rar, wherever you are, I'm going to see what happens when they're at a high school graduation.
High school graduation is your suggestion. Real Chicago bosses, are you ready?
Yes.
Begin!
Hey, I can't imagine how I can't feel how much Debbie aged.
Yeah, she looks terrible. With all those wrinkles on her face? Jeez.
Hey man, she's real close. Everybody be cool. Be cool, all right?
Everybody be cool.
Be cool. Ah! Debbie,
Debbie, I gotta go.
What like that?
Debbie, I'm gonna
Gary?
get you some punch. I'll get you some punch, Debbie.
Oh, some punch, huh?
Yeah.
No.
You sure you don't want any punch?
No.
Okay, I'll just put it back then.
Yeah, put it back. I don't trust you for 1 second. I know what it sounds like when people are sniveling behind my back, talking about how I'm 18 years old because this is a high school graduation, but I'm full of wrinkles. I get it.
Listen, Debbie, you were the prom queen, and also, high school was 20 years ago. You gotta be cool now.
Yeah, Debbie! You gotta be freaking cool. Alright? Hey, Debbie, get back here. I'm trying to help you out. No one liked you in high school because your dad owned that cabbage farm and you smelled terrible. But that doesn't mean that you can't be better now, today.
Oh. You really think?
Hey guys!
Joe!
Yikes.
Does anybody? I snuck in some Cheetos. You want some?
Oh yeah. Also, I tried to talk to Debbie about being better now, and she just
What was that you were saying about me being better?
Yeah, Debbie, just be a little bit better in life. You don't have to be all weird and stuff.
Oh.
Hey, remember it's me.
Oh.
Hey, remember me? Remember me?
No, I literally can't see in my glasses.
Hey, remember me?
And that is time! That's time! Give it up for the Real Chicago bosses. All right, Chip, tell us about that voting right now.
Yep, loyal fans, I just got a poll up for you. If you click up on the top of your stream chat, there is a poll there to vote for which of the teams you want to win those 5 points. Either the Chicago Muppets or the Real Chicago Bosses. The Muppets with the game of Moppet, and the Real Chicago Bosses with Fear, Rar, whatever the rest of the title was.
Perfect. And this is also a good time to remind everyone that, did you know that every single day, thousands and thousands of Prime Gaming subscriptions go unclaimed?
Oh no.
Why, these subscriptions are free to anyone who has an Amazon Prime membership.
They just want a home.
Exactly, and they can be redeemed on any Twitch channel. So support your favorite streamer, whether that's us or someone else. Because every Twitch gaming subscription you donate to a streamer is money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket.
Aww.
Back to you, Chip.
Miracle. Thank you very much. Well, our poll has ended, and it looks like the Chicago Moppets win the 5 points, bringing our score to 10 to -1 in favor of the Moppets.
10-1 in favor of the Moppets. Captains, please join me on the screen. All right, Real Captain Jason, this is a pretty big deficit right here. You're not out of the game yet, but you're going to have to find a way to make this up. Captain Snuffleupagus! Sorry, that was
Dad, do you really believe in me?
As hard as I try not to, yes, I do.
Hi!
This is by far the scariest Halloween I've ever had.
Why? I ate all your potatoes, by the way.
That was you?
Yeah, I ate them raw.
That is absolutely, absolutely terrifying, and I don't even know why.
Me.
All right, but Real Captain Jason, I'm going to pass this over to you. What would you like to challenge the Moppets to in this next head-to-head round? You have 5, 4, 3.
We'd like to challenge them.
This Jason's a real idiot.
Yes, I am the real Captain Jason. This Captain Jason of the real downtown Chicago bosses would like to challenge the Moppets to the game of Scream Test.
Captain Moppet, do you accept?
I don't know. I'm pretty afraid. Should I do it, Pad?
My cats are fighting.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Yep.
Wonderful.
Yep, we're gonna do it.
Real Captain Jason, as you see those cats. Also, I just want to say, as a minor detail about what's happening right now, I have really appreciated watching everyone's cameras in our green room to see just how comfortable and relaxed the real Captain Jason is in those workout shorts, and just how absolutely miserable Captain Snuffleupagus is in whatever he's wearing. Anyway.
Something happened. We're all split-seized.
But for this next game, I'm going to need a few things. But first, let's get all the players to the screen. Here's what I need you to do in chat. First off, what is one of your go-to Halloween movies? Every time it gets a little spooky outside. Ooh.
Sorry, we're gonna take a little time out here. We're gonna get this video fixed up.
Oh, hold on. If I move over this way.
Ryan, do you believe in tech?
Yes, you have to believe in the tech for it to work.
Everybody in the chat room, if you believe in Ryan, give him some hearts.
Oh my god, we'll be right back. That's so good.
Doesn't look like he's actually doing anything except prop comedy.
I love prop comedy. I am a prop.
He's talking into a busy bee.
Never Wepperly, didn't you help write that album?
Yeah, I did write Very Super Fusions.
I'm guessing that the real Captain Jason's cats actually unplugged his computer.
I believe that they cannot hear us, by the way.
Oh, they can, because we believe in them.
Yup. They can hear everything we're saying.
Yes, and that was me, the real Todd Page, making candid comments.
It's really
All right, just that's a big secret. Trying to keep that
okay.
under wraps.
Oh, one of us?
I mean,
oh, wonderful. So what is happening at this very moment is that one of our players has lost their connection, which, hold on, let me just, hold on, just let me get, I'm just going to be right here. There we go. They have just returned. I don't know if you could hear that chime, but they've just returned to the Zoom room. And any second now, they have rejoined the Zoom call, right as Ryan had almost finished fixing the graphics. However, as Rai Rai is getting all of this set up, there we go. This is a miracle.
Hi.
In the chat right
He's
now, can we
back.
please spam some emotes, spam some Rai Rai's for our tech director who just fixed all of that.
Why
in a
are we
matter of
giving
moments.
Rai Rai spam? It's so high in sodium.
Good point. The spookiest of the minerals. So here's the way this game is going to work. In the chat right now, I know that you've already put some in there, but I'd like you to write down what is a movie that you come back to every single year at Halloween. That, you know, it goes straight in the DVD / Blu-ray / streaming player, VHS if, you know, you're nasty like that. But then, after you've done that, here's some stuff I need as well. I also need you to add celebrities that you think have maybe not had their due, or maybe you think that they're super famous and you'd like to see them in more projects. Those could be real celebrities. Those could be fictional characters. It is entirely up to you. As you're typing those in, here's how the game is going to work. We are going to reimagine what some of these classic Halloween movies might have looked like if the casting had gone a little bit differently by seeing clips of these actors' scream tests.
It's a clever play on words.
Pat, that was a good laugh.
Thank you. I will call on players one at a time. I will give them a name, and they will have to immediately do that character as if they're auditioning for that movie. At the end of this, you will vote on which team you think had the best scream test, and who will get 5 points. All right. Chip, are there any movies that you saw right off the top of your head?
Oh, yes. We're going to start with Silence of the Lambs.
Wonderful. We're going to start with Silence of the Lambs. And this is going to go, starting with the real Captain Jason, Silence of the Lambs, starring Betty White.
Oh, check out Miss Moffat, please. Yes. Oh,
Wonderful. Sweepums, Ethel Merman.
Oh, these Chianti and these fava beans and the way they taste with the skin.
Wonderful.
Oh, no.
Now, if we could please have the real Todd Page as Chris Christopherson.
Quid pro quo, Clarice. Quid pro quo.
Fantastic. Flask, I would love to see McGruff the crime dog.
Puts the lotions on his skin.
I think that may have been Chris Christopherson again. All right. Captain Snuffleupagus, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Do you hear the lambs crying, Clarice? Do you even hear them? Bailey? Do you hear them?
The real Susan H. Barney the dinosaur.
Hey! I love eating people!
Wonderful. Perfect.
Give me nightmares.
I think that's everybody. So, Chip, what's another spooky movie that you saw?
Ooh, how about Beetlejuice?
Wonderful. You will be auditioning for Beetlejuice. Also, keep those celebrities coming. Captain Snuffleupagus, you're going to audition for Beetlejuice as Ringo Starr.
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and me want to go home.
Excellent. You will be auditioning for Beetlejuice. Also, keep those celebrities coming. Oh, I'm getting an echo. All right. Let's see. The real Susan H. I would like to hear Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh, yes. I'm here to audition for Beetlejuice. Yes! Is there a special color that I will be wearing on my outfit costume?
Wonderful. Sweepums, let's hear Bob Ross.
So now what we're going to do now is we're going to make some happy, loving sandworms, chopping off some happy, lovely heads with their several mouths. Isn't that nice? Thank you, sir.
Flask, I would love to hear Don Pardo, SNL announcer.
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
Oh, awesome. Let's see. The real Captain Jason. I would love to hear Dame Judi Dench.
Oh, you want to see Scary? Oh, I'll show you Scary.
Wonderful.
What does he think Judy Dench is?
She has range. It could have worked.
Yeah.
The real Todd P. Cookie Monster, please.
Shrimp, shrimp, shrimp,
Excellent. I remember that scene. All right, Chip, what's our next movie?
How about The Nightmare Before Christmas?
This is an audition for The Nightmare Before Christmas. Also, in the chat, if you want to discuss amongst yourselves, Christmas movie or Halloween movie, it's up to you. But we would like to see this with, let's see, Sweepums. I would like to see Jim Carrey.
Whoa!
I would love to see Mr. Rogers from Flask.
Oh, well, if you love Christmas and you love Halloween, why not just steal them both?
An excellent message. Let's see. The real Susan H. How about Yoda?
To be in one, you see, step into the snow, you be.
What about, let's see, Captain Snuffleupagus. Let's have a Jawa from Star Wars. Excellent.
That's made by the Muppet Company, of which we are not affiliated.
Unaffiliated.
Not at all.
No
Very
copyright
different.
infringement. Let's see, and the real Todd P. I would love to see Alex Trebek.
Well, there is an emptiness inside of my bones, but please answer in the form of a question.
And that is time! Give it up for both of your teams, everybody! All right, Chip, I'm turning it over to you.
Yep, loyal fans, we've got another poll up in the chat. Up there, go ahead and vote by clicking the down caret. Looks like a V, but they call it a down caret. And then pick the Chicago Moppets, unaffiliated.
Unaffiliated.
Or the real Chicago Bosses. Got a decent amount of time coming up, so get your votes in there. By the way, so I actually had real life here. The real Chip had wisdom tooth removal surgery about a week ago, and is experiencing dry socket. And I laughed so hard at that last game that my jaw hurts.
Oh no!
What a terrible yet wonderful problem to have.
Right?
Do you need some giant water?
Oh, thanks. I've got some water right here.
We are not getting back into the giant water cup debate. This took up like half an hour the last time it started. Let's just leave it unsettled.
Are you sure, Pad? Ref Pad, are you sure?
Those are fine, totally normal-sized cups. You can drink out of whatever you want. Chip, tell us the results of the poll.
All right. After having stalled for time long enough for the poll to finish, the winners by one single vote are the Chicago Moppets.
The Chicago Moppets take it.
Running away with it at 15 to -1.
Oh, how fun!
15 to -1. That is a 16-point deficit. I got to tell you.
Jason guy's a real dope.
Well, I can't. You know what? There was no rebuttal forthcoming, so we'll just go ahead and leave it there. Now this is
Ref Pad, I believe the fans are just confused because we are the real downtown Chicago Bosses. Are you sure they're voting correctly for the real downtown Chicago Bosses?
Yes. According to the poll,
like
it says. Let's see. I believe this word is REAL, real Chicago Bosses.
Yep.
Fair enough.
All right, but you are not out of the game yet. Do not worry, because we've come to our final round. This is the 6 things round. This is for both teams, and each team can score an astounding number of points. Frankly, 5 points per clue. Each team having at least 30 points on the table, I believe. All right, captains, you each need to send one of your players out of the room for this. Who's it going to be? We'll start with the blue team. Sorry, the other blue team. Sorry, the Moppets.
Oh.
Good to be
Well, I don't suppose you want to do it, Pad.
No, I can't. I'm the referee. I have to actually.
You can do anything you put your mind to. All right.
Oh.
Nope. I rescind.
Dang
We're gonna send out Sweepums.
All right, everybody say goodbye, Sweepums.
Goodbye, Sweepums.
All right, and the real Captain Jason. This is an important decision. Who you're going to send out for your best shot?
Well, if loyal fans and the barn burners know, the real Susan Harmon is excellent at this game. The knowledge base and the clue giving and all that. So we're going to send out our best player, obviously, the real Susan Harmon.
Excellent. Who is, I believe, 97 out of 97 so far on clues. But everyone say goodbye, the real Susan Harmon.
Bye, the real Susan
Goodbye,
Harmon.
the real Susan Harmon.
All right. Loyal
This is gonna be
fans.
fun.
As they leave the Zoom room, it is now up to you. You are going to, we're going to come to you for a whole bunch of suggestions. Get ready to type a whole bunch into chat. Earlier, I believe, Chip, you got some suggestions of fun things to do during the winter. Is that right?
Yes. And
Very
some
cool.
bucket list items.
Ooh, I love it.
There might be some crossover with those two.
Oh, we'll find out. For this one right here, our first activity is building a fire. I'm going to need two things for this one. The first thing I need is when you go to a restaurant, or like specifically a chain restaurant, what's your go-to menu item? Like if you go to Olive Garden, it might be the endless soup, salad, and breadsticks. But what's a go-to menu item for you? I did say Zoom room, Mark Wilder, and I'm so sorry. And then the other thing I'm going to need for this one is what is a super popular song? It doesn't have to be contemporary. It can be an oldie. It could be a classic. It could be, you know, a one-hit wonder. But what's a super famous song that you can listen to all the time? Wonderful. The instead of firewood, the wood for the fire is going to be a bloomin' onion. All right. And some good answers in here. And the flames coming off the fire, the flames and the heat, are going to be the classic Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. All right. Chip, do you want to take number 2, or do you want me to go on?
I'll go ahead and get number 2. But just check this out. I have this ice pack, and it's kind of keyed out. I'm invisible.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, for number 2, we are playing ice hockey. But here's the thing. I want, instead of the hockey stick, I want, what's something found in a kid's room? Not a hockey stick, because you might actually find that in a kid's room. Something else you find in a kid's room to replace that hockey stick. And then also, for the puck, let's do this. What famous character would you want to see me play in a movie? If we remake a movie, what character do you want to see me cast as? Okay, and so back to the to the hockey stick. The ice hockey stick is going to be Play-Doh. So the ice hockey stick is going to be Play-Doh, and the puck is going to be, oh, that 80s sitcom wonder, Alf.
Awesome. For bungee jumping, there's a couple things I need here. First off, what is a very important world location? It could be here in the U.S., it could be overseas. What's a place that's important? It could be a landmark, could just be something historical, up to you. And the other thing I'm going to need for this is what's something you would not want to touch? That could be because it's dangerous or icky or whatever, but what's something you would not want to touch minding the brown bag foul? Okay, great. We are bungee jumping over the Panama Canal. So we're at the Panama Canal. Oh, that's really good too. I would like to give a special shout out to Luis Cortez for the historic location of the birthplace of Charo. Cool. And instead of a bungee cord, you are using a single eyeball.
Ooh, just one.
All right, back to you for a hot cocoa.
All right, for hot cocoa, go ahead and give me the last thing you ordered online. We're doing a lot of that these days. So what was the last thing you ordered online? And also, and this might, hopefully this doesn't cross over, what's something you're afraid of? You know, since we're in Halloween season, what's something you're afraid of? So the hot cocoa is going to be a unicorn costume. I love it. Yeah, the cocoa is going to be a unicorn costume. Unicorn costume. I hope I said that right. And the mug is going to be... wow. All right, there's a lot coming in here. Bats. Let's go with bats.
Bats are cool. All right, number 5, you are going to be snuggling a puppy. For this, I need two things. The first thing I need is what's a character from a classic scary movie? And that doesn't have to be like an old school one. Like you don't need to go all the way back to Dracula, but like a movie that is on every year. It's a horror classic. Who's one of the villains from that? And then the other thing I'm going to need is what's a let's see. What's a sound that you can't stand? Nails on a chalkboard is the go-to. What's another sound that just you'd rather never hear it again? Wonderful. Instead of a puppy, the puppy is going to be replaced by Chucky from the Child's Play movies. And I shouldn't take this, but I'm going to. The noise the puppy is making, I don't know, what are they, purr or something? I don't know, I've never met a puppy.
Oh boy.
But the noise the puppy is making out of its mouth is going to be the voice of Phil Collins.
Nobody would own a puppy if that were the case.
This is a 10-point clue, so I'm
Okay.
making this one tougher.
I love it. All right. For the other team's 10-point round, roasting vegetables. Let's see. So let's start by this. Fans, would you please pick your favorite movie and name an iconic item in that movie? Like, a lightsaber, for example, if it were, from Beetlejuice. And also, a different suggestion. Let's go ahead and get, give me a bad flavor for pudding. What's an awful choice for pudding flavor?
Phil Collins' voice.
This tastes like Phil Collins sings. All right, you know what? Actually, I would enjoy that. Okay, so here we go. So for roasting vegetables, the vegetables are Andy Dufresne's Rock Hammer.
Ooh.
From Shawshank Redemption. Andy Dufresne's Rock Hammer. And the oven that you're roasting the vegetables in is cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper. 10-point round, 10-point clues.
There we go. I've given myself a screenshot to make sure that I have this on the record. All right, loyal fans, you gave us a whole bunch of really cool suggestions. Rai has just taken those off the screen, so our guessers will not be able to see those. Here is what is about to happen. This is the Six Things round. This is a game that we play for every single Comedy Sports match. And believe it or not, even with the score that you can see below, it is still all on the line. Each team is going to take a turn guessing these clues. They have to guess the activity, and they also have to guess the replacements. For each one they completely guess correctly, their team will get 5 points for the first 4. But for those last 2, the points double to 10, which means that the real Chicago bosses are still in the game. There's a couple catches, though. One is that they only have 90 seconds for each clue. At the end of those 90 seconds, if they have not guessed correctly, the other team gets a chance to steal and take all the points for that clue. They also the only things they can do to give their teammate clues is they can use mime, which is a French art form of being trapped in a box, and they can use gibberish, which is a made-up nonsense language. Also, very important, they can't just show the person the activity. For example, if it was playing basketball, none of those are playing basketball, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. If it was playing basketball, they could show that player the hoop, they could show them the ball, but they're the ones who actually have to start dribbling and take the shot to show that they know it. All right. I believe that we have 5 points on the line for the first 4 clues, 10 points on the line for the last 2. Anything I've left out? Excellent. That means it all comes down to this. So, players, please field your teams. We're going to start with the blue team. Moppets, please take the field. All right. The Moppets have joined me on screen. You have 90 seconds on the clock for this first activity. Players, for the game of 6 things, are you ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh boy, begin!
Oh, Scooby, give it up. Oh, skip it up, Scooby. Scooby, give it up. Skip it up.
Tung, 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 tung. Wah. Tink, 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 tink.
Skip it up. Oh, do. Whoa! Skip it up. Scabba-dabba-dee-da-da. Scabba-dabba-dee-da-da. Scabba-dabba-dee. Just a raw. Scabba-dabba-dee-da-da. Scabba-dabba-dee-da.
All right, stop the clock right there. All right. Sweepums, tell us, what are you
You're
doing?
at 30.
I would love to.
34 seconds.
I'm making a fire, but the logs are bloomin' onions.
Correct.
And the fire is Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley.
That is 3 for 3 on the first try with
Oh,
more than 30
gosh.
seconds left. So that is
did it.
5 more points to the Muppets.
That brings
you
us
tell
to
us what-
20 to -1. 20 to -1.
20 to 1. It's going to be
Negative
tough, but they're still not out of it. Let's bring up the real Chicago bosses, our red team, who's also the blue team.
It's very clear.
Perfect. All right. We're going on to thing number 2. Thing number 2. 90 seconds on the clock. Players, are you ready?
Yeah.
Great. Begin!
Yes.
Skaba, siba, shagara, shagara, siba, fupa, babaske, viska, squishy, 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 hum. Oh, no, siba, gasiba, sibara.
One more left.
Tink, shut up, tink, oh, shut up, ding, 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 shut up, shut up, hey, oh, meow, 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 meow,
All right. We're going to stop the
31
clock.
seconds left.
We have, yes.
Sorry. 28 seconds.
There you go. 28 seconds left. All right. First off, before I hear this guess, I will give a warning. While we do appreciate onomatopoeia, meow meow is maybe a bit on the nose.
I don't know what you mean. That was my cats fighting.
Oh, that's right. We set that up earlier. Real Susan H., what is your activity?
Yeah, I've never failed at this game, and I'm not gonna start tonight.
Nope.
Look, this is what's going on. I'm playing hockey, okay? My hockey stick is Nickelodeon's Gak, and the hockey puck is Alf.
Oh, you are extraordinarily close. You have your activity right.
I
Your
know.
puck is also correct. And you are not very far off on what the stick is. All right. You have 28 seconds to clean it up. Go!
Sibara, skiba, fuiga, fribara, ske, kubara, bega, siba, plunk, sibara, goosh, giboosh, 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 e sibara, sebe, sebu, e sebu, say, oh, sibara, shoom, shoom, shoom.
10 seconds.
Oh, nam. Sibaraga? I say,
Five,
Skip it on.
Three, five. There's time. No time.
I'm sorry. That was a late whistle. I'm actually going to give them 5 seconds on the clock. My apologies to everybody.
Good, I won't need it. I'm Susan Harmon. All right,
That's true.
look,
That was the
let's
point
get
of
to
this.
the point. I'm playing hockey, okay? My hockey stick is Play-Doh, and the puck is Alf. Give me the points.
Boom! That is 5 points to the red team, who's the blue team. Great. Let's go ahead and have our other blue team back. Bring up the Muppets.
The real
And,
Dopes have 4 points.
Wonderful. That brings us 20 to 4. All right, Sweepums, you're on to thing number 3. Players, begin.
Click, bringa, ha.
Whoa! Oh!
Skabidi-bidi-bada-bada. Sabada. Zip. Hoo. Sa-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Skabada. Splooshy, splooshy. Boonk, boonk. Hee-oo. Oh, babada. Kunk. Kunk. Come. Skabada, get it?
Juk.
Aha, skibidi
Apa sebab? Apa? Asbaba? Asbaba.
Dia kata, he, di papa, king,
Zip, 30 seconds.
aha, sahabaha,
Apa sebab?
skababa.
Springy. Oh.
Asbaba?
All right, let's stop the clock there.
Got 12 seconds remaining.
12 seconds remaining. All right, go ahead and tell us, Sweepums, what are you doing?
I am parasailing, but I am parasailing at the Panama Canal, and my parasail is... It just left my head entirely.
Don't
But
worry
I did
because
recognize it for sure.
Well, that's okay because your activity is incorrect. You are kind of on the right track. You are at the Panama Canal. You have gotten that correct, but you need to clean up everything else. You have 12 seconds. Go!
Oing, Saka,
10 seconds.
Swa, boy,
Oh!
Ansaba, abaskabada.
5, 4,
Boing.
3, 2,
Basketball!
1.
Whoa! Point!
Time. That's time.
That is time at the buzzer. All right, Sweepums.
I believe in you.
Oh,
I am pole vaulting in the
Go on.
Panama Canal, and my pole vault is an eye.
I'm afraid that is not correct. I'm not going to tell you what was right or wrong. I am going to pass it to the other team. Real Susan H. What?
Yeah, all right, you nerds. Here's what's going on. Listen, I'm bungee jumping, okay? My bungee jumping rope is an eye, and I'm doing it at the Panama Canal.
That is all correct. 5 more points to the
Stolen.
Real Chicago Bulls.
Susan H doesn't lose on this game.
It's true. The undefeated, undisputed champion of 6 things.
The real downtown Chicago bosses are catching up. It's 20 to 9.
Let's go. I got a thesis to defend at midnight. Let's hurry it up.
Upsetting to miss bungee jumping.
Let's switch it up. Let's bring up the real Chicago bosses. Ooh, all right, we are on to thing number 4. Take it away.
Skibida,
Oh, let's go.
Sinan. Oh.
Skip.
Skibida. Skibida. Glug. Ski.
Let's go.
Iskabega, Sara.
Shadaba,
One minute remaining.
Shababa.
Alla bulgara. Snegara sabra siba. Sibara skabuskara sipasa. Oh!
30 seconds.
Well, I'll stop it there. Go ahead and tell us.
19
First,
seconds left. 19, 18.
cool. 18 seconds left, or 19 seconds. We'll find out. But tell us, what is your activity?
Okay, I'm drinking concentrated orange juice. I know that for sure. Now look, the orange juice itself is that thing that Hars was doing, okay? Which is a man in the back half of a horse costume, okay? And then the container that the orange juice is in is what Todd Page was doing, which was yes.
Wonderful. I will let you know that
How much of it is right?
as a percentage,
Yeah.
that's going to be, hold on, 0.
Okay.
You were close on one of the replacements, but I'm afraid the activity was wrong, and the replacements were wrong. But you were on the right track for what the actual thing was. Cool. We are going to pick it up. We have how much time left?
18 seconds.
18 seconds. And
Plenty.
begin.
Sibra, subra, ha, e su. Sibra, ha, scopra. Oh my God, Sibra, si sibra, se le hagra, ubra sa.
10 seconds.
Skibra.
Oh,
Five. Time. That's time.
That is time. That is time.
Got it.
I've already given a warning. I've already given a warning about those meows. Don't press your luck. All right. Tell us, real Susan Harmon, what is your activity?
All right, I know exactly what I'm doing. Get out of my way. Now look, I'm constantly in college, so I love drinking, all right? So my activity is I'm drinking a buttery nipple, okay? But instead of the liquid inside, it's actually a unicorn horn, and the shot glass that it's in is a bat. 5 points to the real Chicago bosses.
Give us those points. Give us those points.
You know
Points.
Why don't, just for the sake of argument, even though you're never wrong, why don't we see what Sweepums has to say about
Let's
this?
see.
I would
Lame.
love that. Thank you. I am drinking hot cocoa. But the hot cocoa is a unicorn costume. And the mug is bad.
That is even more accurate than the right answer. That is 5 points to the Muppets. Chip, what does that
Because
do?
we believe in each other.
That brings our score, I think, to 25-9 in favor of the
Real Chicago bosses.
Ouch!
Chicago Muppets.
Oh
I'm
no.
gonna talk to my director about this.
So the real Chicago
Don't,
bosses had
Jason.
some momentum there. They're still not out of it, but it's gonna be close. Let's bring up thing number 5, and let's bring back the Muppets.
Hi, Pad.
Oh.
Hi, it's you know what? The longer this is going on, I feel like I'm getting more and more in touch with my imagination.
Yeah.
I'm imagining.
You should imagine that you need to buy some more orange juice. Okay.
I think that's just called making a shopping list. All right, this is thing number 5. Muppets, are you ready?
Yeah.
Take it away.
Oh. Woof 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 woof. Soup. Scrub it up. Scrub it up. Scrub it up.
Tick, 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 tick. Honk, 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 honk. Tickety, 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 tickety.
Oh, it was about
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
It was about
Scrub it up. Give it up. Woof woof woof. Scrub it up. Scrub it up. Shibbity doo doo. Shibbada Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Oh, taba dee da ba da da da. Scrub it up. Whoop.
All right, we're going to stop the clock there.
We got 26 seconds.
26 seconds. Sweepums, what's your activity?
I'm petting a dog. And the dog is the movie Child's Play. And the dog's bark is the voice of Phil Collins.
All right, you have that last one. You have bullseyed it. The other two are so exceptionally close you wouldn't believe it, but I do need the specificity because this is a 10-point clue. Let's go ahead and clean it up. You have 26 seconds. Go.
Scrub it up. Scrub it up. Gloop, 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 gloop.
Asma, iba
Skip it up.
Asma.
It's not gonna. Woof woof.
Woof.
Tick 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 tick. Habadacha. Habadada. Ziska. Asadaska. Yeah, Ziska.
Asma.
That?
All right, let's go ahead and hear that. How much time do we have left? Or are we out of, is that time?
We have a little clock malfunction, I think, going on here.
Yeah, so that's time. You're gonna
That
have to-
is time, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
that was time. Sorry.
Yeah,
All right.
that's that.
Zip it, Susan.
Sweepums, this is for 10 points, possibly to even seal the victory here. Tell me, what is your activity?
I am holding a dog but the dog is Chucky from Child's Play, and the dog's voice is the dog's bark is the sound of Genesis.
All right. Now, I said that I wanted specificity. You were very, very close. However, I'm not going to give any more clues to the other team. Real Susan H., you probably don't need them. What is your activity? Give me the
Yeah, I
whole
don't
thing.
need them. All right, get out of my way, nerds. Okay, look, what we're doing is we're hugging a puppy, okay? And the puppy itself is actually, and the voice of the puppy is the voice of Phil. The wolf of the puppy is the wolf of Phil Collins's voice. Oh, and the dog is Chucky from Child's Play. 10 points. Let's go.
Oh, I would give it to you, except for the fact. Actually, wait, no, hold on. No, that was correct.
Yeah!
That is
No, it's not.
I'm getting a lot of
don't
buttery
lose.
nipples tonight.
that was
The
not
real
the correct
Susan
replacement
Hartman
earlier.
don't lose.
It's true.
Pat,
it's
I'm
impossible.
about to go into your closet.
What?
Oh, you
Has
mean
that
the
been you this
closet
whole time?
that I have? The real Todd Page?
It's where you're known for doing your shows. But let's move on. We are on to our last thing. And
Score
with
is
that,
25 to 19.
which means it all comes down to this
Come down to
final
this one,
activity.
right.
Let's go ahead and take it. Real bosses, this is your chance to come back and win. Take it away. Begin.
Sibara, Sibara, Sibu. Ho ho ho. Sibara, Skibaga, Hamna, Hamna, Hamna. Whoop, 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 whoop. Say, Sibatiki, Chisibiga. Say, Margaret, a Vesberger, or over Flager, Farber. Say, move it, Sibra. Oh, Sibra. Aha! Sibra. Sibra. Tum, tum, tum. Boom, boom, boom. Ha ha ha. Blah, 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 blah. Say, blah, 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 blah. Sibra. Say, Gubara.
30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds.
Iska, buska, biga.
Oh, shut up, shut up, shut up, ting. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh, shut up, shut up. She. Shut up, shut up.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Splooshy.
That's time.
That is time. No more time remains. All right.
Cool, I don't need it.
Yeah, I don't even know. You know, maybe we shouldn't even ask. I just assume you know this one. But go ahead.
Yeah,
and tell
let's
us.
just give me the points.
Let's go ahead and hear it out, just for the sake of argument.
You sure for the fans?
Yep.
Fans, put a number 7 in the chat if you want to see me guess this question.
Oh, come on!
Alright, here we go. Let's do this. Alright, check this out, nerds. I'm boiling corn, okay? The corn on the cob is the little rock that they used in Shawshank Redemption to throw it through the wall and broke the poster, and that's how they tunneled out of the prison. And then the stove that I'm on to boil the corn is Pepper Ann, TV's cartoon character Pepper Ann from ABC's Saturday Morning. 10 points to the Sues! We did it!
That was a valiant check. We are going to go to Sweep'ems. You have a chance to steal. Give it all to me.
Yeah. I am roasting vegetables. The vegetables are the rock from Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, I gave you that one.
Yep. Well, the pot is Pepperidge Farm.
Oh, you were very, very close. You were in fact roasting vegetables. So excellent guess there. The vegetables were not the rock. They were they were Andy Dufresne's rock hammer that he wore down to the nub. And finally, your oven was cayenne pepper. But excellent guesses all around. What's our score?
The score is, it hasn't changed since the last one, so it is 25-19, and the Downtown Chicago Moppets win.
The bosses, yeah, blue
Yeah,
team.
the real bosses.
Yay! We believed in our
Bosses won.
imagination.
All right.
Even though Pad tried to cheat.
Give it up for all of our loyal fans. Give it up for all of our players tonight. From the real Downtown Chicago bosses, we had Nick Hasselbrock as Susan Harmon. We had Vinny Tangerlini as the real Todd Page, and of course Captain Har Sonderegger as the real Jason Geist. And speaking of the winners, the Moppets, we have got we've got Susan Harmon, we've got Todd Page, and we've got Jason Geist, your captain, but not the real ones, because the real ones are the other team. We lost track. Give it up for our rep tonight, Pat Connolly. On keys all night has been John Sturck, who is kicking butt. Of course, on back behind the scenes, Brian Ford. And on behalf of all of us, to all of you, have a rest of a wonderful weekend. Happy Halloween. And we'll see you next week. Good night. I'm the real Chip.